bag, that's a big number. Big numbers.
Coach, it is a building that has seen it all through the many years of its existence as EA Sports welcomes you to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Oakland Raiders. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Deuce. Kill.
First carry for Darius Geis. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cleveland Farrell, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Mike 50. Hey, here we go. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Third down. Here's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Switch! Let's go deep. Tighten up. Line 52.
And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Redskins.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Hey, 7:34.
Now Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jacobs now, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 6.
Monday, down. You wide 88. 808. Check. Hey, Charlie. Mike 37.
Hey, watch the slant.
From the gun, it's Carr. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You go tank.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Give him a 1st down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. Again, it's Carr. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Kill. Stop. Monday, down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr, he's airing it out for Whip. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
We're scoreless after 1. They'll try and get it with Geis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He's going to field this at the 4. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Pilot, 64, weak, 29. Hey, Haywood. You're mine.
To throw his car. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Haskins will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Redskins 7, Raiders 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Express.
Motion, motion. So Mike's number 1, Mike's number 1. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch.
Express.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Down. 180.
When's the mic? Watch 1. Watch 1. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Check 52.
Later 9. White Monday down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, 99 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. On second down, it's Jacobs. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Carr now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. An update from Denver. And the Ravens now really pouring it on. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Apke. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Silver.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Redskins deed leads to a touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's got his man. It's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
7:34. Coaching spell.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49.
From just shy of midfield, Carr. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. And now here's another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
That goes for a gain of 31. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing again, here's Haskins. Aguilar has it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Haskins back to the air. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 10 yards out. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. On is Hopkins now for the extra point.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch one.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Watch out. 29.
On first down, Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Looking to throw, Haskins. Completes it to Aguilar. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Monday, down. You wide, 88. Raider 1.
Gonna be a long day, offense.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Following the turnover, it's Haskins. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Down. 180. 180. We're good. We're good. 180. What's up?
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
White.
Pull it together.
Watch the shit.
Here's Carr. being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's got a man. It's Williams. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Recon, 152 fighter. 637. Bravo.
Carr now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Decision as he stopped in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Check, go. Check.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Under crunch. Hey, Zoo.
He's coming. Check him.
I got you, boy. Mike 34. Scoot. Here we go. 34 is the mic. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got, Heavy.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
93.
Go, Mike 34. 3 buzz.
Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Raiders. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Kill. Check 30 weapon. 31. Check safety. Check 20. 26. He's checking.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Joker, jump. Shift.
They'll run on first down. Scott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Switch.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there, second and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll come out in the pistol. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Now the Redskin offense will stay out there and go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of
and now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall to 1-8.